I, 29F, am sitting in an airport lounge, sipping overpriced coffee and feeling a strange sense of calm. It's a weird feeling, considering my world imploded 48 hours ago. Here's the short version. My boyfriend of 3 years, Liam, 31M, and I were supposed to be on this flight together. We had a 2-week, non-refundable, meticulously planned trip to Southeast Asia waiting for us. We've been saving and talking about this for over a year. It was our trip. On Tuesday night, while I was packing, Liam came into the bedroom and wouldn't meet my eyes. He had that look, the one that precedes a conversation you'll remember for all the wrong reasons. He told me his ex-girlfriend, Clara, 30F, was going through a major crisis. Her long-term boyfriend had just left her, and she was, in his words, a complete wreck. I waited, expecting him to say he needed to spend a few hours with her before we left. That would have been fine, I guess. Annoying, but fine. But that wasn't it. Liam, she has no one else, Maya. Her family is out of state. She's falling apart. Me? Okay. And what does that have to do with our flight that leaves in 2 days? He finally looked at me, and his expression was a mix of pity and resolve that made my stomach turn. Liam, I can't go. I need to stay and help her get back on her feet. I just stared at him. I couldn't form a sentence. The silence stretched, filled only by the sound of the zipper I had half closed on my suitcase. Me, you're canceling on our trip, the one we planned for a year, for your ex. Liam, don't say it like that. It's not for her. It's because she's in trouble. She needs me right now, Maya. Honestly, she needs me more than you do right now. And there it was. The sentence that changed everything. All the shock and hurt vanished, replaced by a cold, quiet clarity. He wasn't asking. He was telling me. He had weighed us on a scale, and I had come up short. He had redefined our relationship, demoting me from partner to something less. I looked at him, really looked at him, and just nodded. Me, clearly. I turned back to my suitcase, zipped it shut, and moved it to the door. I think he expected a fight. Tears. Screaming. He got none of it. My brain was already moving, operating on a weird, logical autopilot. He made his choice. Now I'll make mine. The trip was in my name, paid for mostly from my savings. Non-refundable meant non-refundable. I wasn't losing thousands of dollars and a once-in-a-lifetime experience because he decided to play hero for his ex. So, I'm going alone. But I did one more thing. I opened Instagram. I went back through my feed, looking at all our pictures together. The hiking trip last fall, the weekend getaway for his birthday. I untagged him from every single one. Then, sitting at the gate, I posted a picture of my passport and boarding pass. Caption: sometimes the most important journey is the one you take alone. See you in 2 weeks. Hashtag solo traveler, hashtag eat, pray, love, hashtag new beginnings. My phone started buzzing almost immediately. Text from Liam. What is this? Are you serious? Why would you post that? I put my phone on airplane mode. The flight attendant just announced boarding. I felt a single hot tear roll down my cheek, which I wiped away impatiently. That was enough vulnerability. He set the terms. He said she needed him more. Okay, fine. He's about to find out what it's like to be completely irrelevant. Update 1, 2 weeks later. I'm back. The trip was transformative. It started with a layer of grief, but with each passing day, it was replaced by a grim resolve and, finally, a profound sense of peace. I hiked to a waterfall I'd only seen in pictures, learned to order my favorite noodle soup in a new language, and had conversations with strangers who became friends for a day. For 2 weeks, Liam didn't exist. My social media strategy was simple. I posted beautiful, happy photos of myself in places we were supposed to be together. I used hashtags like hashtag single life and hashtag solo adventures. For any throwback posts, I used photos from our past trips, but expertly cropped them out. I presented a narrative to the world. I was a happy, single woman on a solo journey of self-discovery. I made my profile public because I wanted him and everyone else to see. Liam's texts had gone from confused to angry to pleading. I ignored them all. I got home last night around 10 p.m. I knew he still had a key, and I was bracing for a confrontation. Sure enough, As I walked down the hall to my apartment, my door opened. Liam was standing there, looking haggard and furious. Liam, we need to talk. Now. Me? I don't think we do. I'll have my key back, please. I kept my voice flat. Liam, not until you tell me what the hell that was all about. My phone has been blowing up for 2 weeks. My mother thinks we broke up 6 months ago. My friends are asking me why you went on a solo trip I supposedly knew about. You made me look like a fool. Me? You told me Clara needed you more. You chose to be her support system, not my partner. I simply accepted the new terms of our relationship. The one where I come second. Liam, it was temporary. I was helping a friend in crisis. You were supposed to understand. Me? Understand what, Liam? That my place is to wait quietly in the wings until you're done playing savior to your ex? No, I'm not a backup plan. You weren't on the plane, so you weren't in the pictures. It's that simple. The entitlement was rolling off him in waves. He genuinely believed he could put me on a shelf and pick me back up when he was ready. Liam, you need to fix this. Post something. Tell everyone it was a misunderstanding. Me, no. Then came the escalation. His sister, Qley, 28F, who always treated Clara like a saint and me like a placeholder, added me to a group chat with a few of our mutual friends. Qley's message, Maya, I think we all need to talk about this. Liam was being a compassionate person, and you're punishing him for his kindness. Clara has been through hell, and you're making it all about you with this childish social media game. I found the screenshot of Liam's text from 2 weeks ago. I posted the image of his "she needs me more than you do right now" text into the chat. Then I left the group. The final straw for him was the photo album. We had a shared digital cloud album with his family, a place for vacation snaps and holiday pictures. Last night I logged in. I went through and deleted every single photo I was in, every picture I took. I scrubbed my digital presence from their family history. Then I removed myself from the share. His mom called me this morning, her voice trembling. Maya, dear, what happened? All the pictures are gone. I was calm and polite. No, nothing's wrong with the album, Susan. Liam and I are no longer together. He ended things to dedicate his time to Clara. I just thought it would be best if I removed myself from your family's private memories. I wish you all the best. Liam called me 30 seconds after I hung up with his mom, his voice a low, seething rage. Liam, you will regret this, Maya. Me? The only thing I regret, Liam, is not booking this trip as a solo venture from the start. We're done. Leave your key on the counter and get out of my apartment. I hung up. I'm changing the locks tomorrow. I have a feeling this is going to get uglier. He and his sister expected me to roll over. They're about to find out that version of me no longer exists. Final update, 2 months later. The past 2 months have been a masterclass in entitlement. After I kicked Liam out, he and Qley launched a full-scale smear campaign. The narrative they pushed was that I was a cold, jealous, and unstable girlfriend who flew into a rage because he was helping a friend. Clara, of course, played the part of the doe-eyed victim, posting vague statuses about being so grateful for real friends who show up, unlike selfish people. They underestimated me. They thought their words would isolate me. They didn't realize I was done playing defense. Here's the context. For months, I've been planning my big 30th birthday party. The venue is a chic little loft space, booked and paid for by me. The digital invite list was a carefully curated collection of my friends, his friends, our mutuals, and even his extended family. After the smear campaign started, I looked at that guest list. I saw it not as a list of friends, but as a battlefield, and I was going to end the war. I didn't cancel the party. I rebranded it. I spent a week redesigning the event. It was elegant, classy, and devastating. The theme was no longer a simple birthday. It was a new beginnings party. The invitation text was my masterpiece. Hello, wonderful people. As many of you know, I recently returned from an incredible and life-changing solo trip that gave me invaluable time for reflection. I've realized that life is too short not to live authentically and surround yourself with true, supportive friends. To celebrate that, I'm starting this next chapter with a party dedicated to independence, joy, and new horizons. Please join me in celebrating my 30th birthday and my new beginnings. P.S. For those who have been asking, Liam and I are no longer together. He is currently dedicating his time to supporting Clara through her difficulties, and I sincerely wish him the best. I hit send. The invite went out to everyone. His best friend from college, his favorite aunt, his boss, every single person he and Qley had been feeding their lies to. The result was instantaneous and glorious. It wasn't a bitter rant. It was a calm, factual statement that completely dismantled their narrative. I didn't call him a cheater. I just used his own words against him. I wished him the best in his stated goal, supporting Clara. The implication was nuclear. Friends started forwarding him the invite. Dude, what is this? She wishes you the best while you're with Clara? I thought you said she was the crazy one. Liam showed up at my door that night, screaming, but I'd already had the locks changed. He pounded on the door, yelling about how I had ruined his life, until my neighbor opened his door and told him he had 30 seconds to leave before he called the cops. The party was incredible. It was packed. So many of our mutual friends came, pulling me aside to apologize for ever doubting me. They saw the grace of the invite versus the nastiness of his and Qley's gossip. His aunt even sent me a beautiful orchid with a card that just said, "I'm so proud of the woman you are." The aftermath for him has been brutal. Liam and Clara are officially together now, but their relationship was born in scandal. They are social pariahs. He's seen as the guy who ditched his long-term girlfriend in the cruelest way possible, and she's the friend who needed support. They have each other and a handful of loyalists like Qley, but they lost the entire social ecosystem we built together. He tried sending a pathetic, angry email demanding I reimburse him for the cost of the flight he abandoned. The lawyer I consulted sent back a formal letter. It stated that his voluntary forfeiture of the non-refundable ticket did not constitute a debt on my part, and that any further contact of a demanding or harassing nature would be treated as such. We never heard back. The revenge wasn't just cropping him out of photos. It was cropping him out of my life and ensuring everyone knew exactly why the frame was now empty. He wanted to be the hero of someone else's story and ended up the villain in his own. My apartment is finally just mine. It feels lighter. The betrayal cut deep, but it forced me to see the truth. I have been making myself smaller to fit into his life. He thought my world would stop without him. Instead, it finally truly began.